But what's up, Nacho? Hope you're doing well. I've really been enjoying all of the experiments you've been doing with your drone and your Insta360. Um, I loved the one where you did like the FPV mode where it was like spinning around, kind of like going into Wakanda on the Black Panther video, or when Thanos came down. I thought it was really cool, and I love the tunnel that you did over the ocean with your logo in the middle. I think that's brilliant. And so I'm going to take that idea and do something with it. Because my logo, you see my little icon down there, the S, um, it's nice and symmetrical. So it'd go really nice in a tunnel. So I'm trying to figure out what tunnel I'm going to do with that. Um, Midwest, I'm so sorry. I hopefully will get a house this year, and I will have faster internet. Um, but I really apologize for my internet speeds. Um, shouldn't be too bad because my wife's not using internet right now and my daughter's not using internet. So, but we'll see. So we got Nacho in the house in Midwest. That sounds good, Nacho. Actually, send me the video and I'll do it myself. No. Actually, I was going to talk to you, Nacho, Midwest. Anybody that's in here that wants me to display a video on the live feed, I've been thinking about, I check you guys out. I checked out Termy last week. I don't know if he's here or not, but I checked out his Facebook page, and he's got, he's trying out some things, flying his Sigma drone in like a blizzard, which was kind of cool. And then, I've been watching Nacho's videos on Facebook. So yeah, if you guys want me to share a video on here, it basically can't have anything copyrighted in it for me to put it on my channel. So, so no music. I can add. I thought about like putting together a montage and then putting your guys' names on them, and then playing the montage, and then we could talk about the videos or whatever. It's nice here. It was about 60, 68, 69 degrees today. So on my lunch break, like I got to work early and left late so I could take like a 2-hour lunch break and just fly drones. Because I don't know when the next time I'll be able to fly a drone. So I did a video with my Unique Typhoon H Plus. I took it up in the air and flew it around. Man, it was so good to get that up in the air. I feel like since I bought it, I haven't been able to put it up in the air. And then I did another video where I compared these two guys. A 360 up in the sky. And I really wanted it to be like a blue sky with puffy clouds, so I could show the whole point of having the the Paradinafi being able to point up, so you could get the sky. And then I also wanted to do like the DJI Mavic Air is so fast that I got my drone where it needed to go. It took less pictures, of course, so it was done faster, and then it got back to me. So I feel like with my DJI Mavic Air, but the battery lasts longer on my Paradinafi, so I don't know. But either way, both drones are so much fun to fly. So what am I missing here? I don't have anything really yet. Just getting started on YouTube, and I suck at editing. Midwest Drones, my first video on YouTube sucked. I don't even remember what it was. I think it was like the unboxing of the the Mi Sphere. The Xiaomi Mi Sphere is like an Asian 360 camera that was like, it's kind of like a Klondike bar. I think that was my first video on YouTube, and I was trying to be all artsy because I saw a bunch of videos where these guys use these really cool lookup tables for their color science, and like everything was faded, and there was like that that teal and orange hue to it. I tried to do that, but my lighting was wrong. I had indoor lighting, so everything was like yellow, and my skin color was like this weird jaundice thing. So anyway, I've gotten better, and I've gotten better to the point where I can do it fast, and I record videos certain ways, so I don't have to spend a lot of time editing. I can see that my connection's going in and out, so I really apologize if the connection's bad, guys. So Nacho, you've got a blizzard tunnel? I would love to see your blizzard tunnel. That sounds awkward, but I think that would be cool. I haven't done much with tunnels. I did some tunnels back in the day, like 15 years ago when I used to do it with the DSLR. And I used to take 45 images by hand on a tripod and then stitch it together. I did some weird stuff back then. Some LSD kind of stuff. Not to my body, but to my pictures. And if you look me up on Flickr, you might find some old pictures that I did. Oh, we got something held for review. You got it. Share anything of mine from Facebook. I will send you the larger files. All right, I might go to your channel, or I might go to your Facebook this week, and I'll put up an order for some nacho videos. Maybe I'll get some nachos to eat while we're watching Nacho. I'm curious, why is your nickname Nacho, or is that your name? I know you had to change your name on Facebook to your real name, so I'm curious, and I think we're all curious where Nacho came from. I think rolling is because you ride a bike, so you're like a nacho chip on a bike. I don't know. I was trying to figure that out, but anyway. Midwest Drones updated my software on the Typhoon H, but haven't got to fly yet. Okay, so you have the original Typhoon H. When I got my Typhoon H, I loved everything about it. People kept saying like unique, they're not as good as DJI and they're all this stuff, but I really think it's the same kind of argument as Android versus Apple. You know what I mean? Like, Apple iPhones are great, but Android phones are good too. And when it really comes down to what you want to do, I can surf the internet on an Android phone. I can take pictures. I can take video. I can play Fortnite. I can watch Netflix. Like, people like talk about how amazing the Apple iPhone is, but and I have an Apple iPhone. I love Apple products. Don't get me wrong, but it's one of those things where people just they get used to doing. I don't know. We get some fanboys out there, and I try to be as optimistic as possible. Nacho, it says you're better at shorts. I'm better in pants. No, I'm just kidding. But some people are better at, you go use your talents. Do what you're good at. I like your little shorts. I like the. That sounds awkward too. But I've watched some of your videos, and I really enjoy them. I like how you're experimenting like I do, and I like I really like the videos of kind of the behind the scenes of you doing something. So like you like show up to the beach and you put all your cameras on a table, and you got the DJI Osmo Pocket doing something, you got the Insta360 doing something, and you can see your other cameras, you can see you just chilling in the background. And I love to see the experimentation you're doing. So I tried to come up with a slogan one time, because Everyday Dad, he says like, if I can't figure it out, you can't figure it out, or if I can figure it out, you can figure it out, or something like that. And I was like, I was trying to get like Shawn Ide Studios, creativity outside of the box. But I like just not, taking a camera and snapping a picture. I like how you guys are trying to think outside of the box. I think that's really cool. Midwest Drones has the H+. Very cool. Midwest Drones, have you seen the video where I made a mount for the Typhoon series drones, where I put like a Garmin Verb 360 on the bottom of it, or the GoPro Fusion? You might want to check those videos out, because if you've got other cameras, the Typhoon H is a beast, and it can carry, it can carry the same weight of the camera that you take off of it. And that's why I love that drone so much. Not rolling. I am a photographer. I video like a photographer. Okay, I get that. I started out in photography, and then the videography that I did back in the day was with a video camera, and maybe that's why I still like video cameras. But yeah, I've loved video for a long time. Midwest Drones. I was on another channel the other night, and I said I just bought the Typhoon, and one guy was like, good luck. I know they had some trouble with flyaways in the original H. I wish there was a record and a database of every drone that has flown away, every drone that has fallen out of the sky, every drone that has wrecked into other things. You will find every company in that list. So I watch videos of guys doing like distance tests, and they wonder why their drones fly away, but it's because they flew it farther than the antenna would go. Or, when they took off, they didn't record the home spot, or they didn't do a compass calibration, so the compass on the drone didn't know where it was, didn't know which way was north, so it thought it was going back home, but it just decided to fly somewhere else. So it's so important to take baby steps. Don't take your drone out and fly it a mile away the first time you fly it, because you might not understand that power lines will affect the the electrostatic power lines will affect it, or your Apple Watch will affect the controllers. So there's just so many things that happen in the air, and you lose connection. Just like this live feed. I've got good internet most of the time, but the way the internet works is it comes in packets. So it'll push a whole bunch of internet, and then a whole bunch of internet will go away, and then it'll push more internet. And it just happens to be enough internet that everything just keeps going and keeps nacho rolling. But I mean, anybody that says like good luck, I really want to know if they have ever even seen one in real life. I have the I am allowed to talk about the Typhoon H because I have one. I'm allowed to talk about the Paradinafi because I have one. I'm allowed to talk about the DJI Phantom 4 because I had one. I don't have one now. But, you know, I get so many negative comments on my channel from people that have no idea what they're talking about. Like, DJI Osmo Pocket, like I was one of the lucky few to get one the week it came out. I got it 3 days before it was supposed to come out. And, you know, the only videos that you'd seen up to that point were videos of people that were sent one months in advance, that were given points of, you know, topics of things to say. These are all the features that we plan on putting out in 2019, even though we still don't have them all. You know, it's really funny whenever I see, you know, what people say. Some people talk about, you know, they talk trash on my channel, and then I go check out their channel, and they've got like 3 subscribers and 1 video up. And I'm like, okay. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm still learning this game. But I have a year and a half's worth of experience at this point. And, you know, even though, like, some subscribers just showed up and subscribed and then they've never watched another video, I've got 3,300 subscribers. Somebody likes me. So it's just funny whenever I hear all these negative comments, and I just, you know, you just need to brush them off. And it's something that I really am trying not to do with this channel is I'm trying not to discourage anybody from enjoying the toy that they just got. Like the DJI Osmo Pocket, I talk some trash about it because I really think that there are still a whole bunch of bugs that need to be ironed out, and it's like their 4th, 5th gimbal at this point, and surely they should have figured out how to make a camera by now. So I struggle with, like, they're not groundbreaking anything. They made a small gimbal, but that same little gimbal has been on their drones for years, and they've had cameras on their drones for years. So all they did was put it on a battery. But anyway, that was a weird soapbox. I'm sorry for getting on that soapbox, guys. So sorry, I'm gonna catch up with you guys. Wow, I'm like 6 minutes behind. Just ordered. So Midwest got a GoPro Hero 7 Black. Nacho likes his. I still say most is pilot error. I totally agree with you, Nacho. I was talking to Midwest earlier about how I'm studying for my Part 107, and you know, one of the big things is, you know, as the pilot in command, you're responsible for your you know, checking your equipment before you fly. So if you don't have at least 8 satellites, don't take off. Period. Just don't do it. If, like today, I got this warning. It said on my Unique Typhoon H Plus, it said it's the magnetic error, geomagnetic interference or whatever. So I was like, oh no, what's that? And then I realized that I was really close to my Jeep, so I moved out to the middle of the parking lot, and then I tried to take off again. Well, luckily it wouldn't take off because of that error, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. But then it let me take off, and then I didn't get that error the rest of the flight. So I knew that it was my Jeep. But you know, every time I get one of those errors, I'm like taking off my watch. I'm putting the phone in the car. You know, all these weird things. But yeah, I've liked just about every drone that I've purchased. There's some drones that I thought were just not built very well. Like the Unique Breeze, I didn't think that was built very well. Just because you'd plug in the USB port and the whole motherboard would move inside of the drone, and it was just, I didn't think that was going to last long, build quality. So, but I want to get my hands on the Manus Q and try that out. The Hero 7 Black is a ridiculously good camera. I am amazed by what that little camera can do. and I thought the Osmo Pocket was going to blow it out of the water, but it has not. It has not. Every test I throw with that Osmo Pocket, it fails. I'm really trying to make a video that like just highlights how awesome that little camera is, but it is not at this point. I haven't done much testing with the new firmware update though, so we'll test that out. Nacho Rolling has the Mavic Pro. I started this that was the drone that I started this channel out on. I have a video I did last week or a couple weeks ago. I kind of showed a bunch of old clips from my channel. It was funny, some of the things I put that Mavic Pro through. Like the video of me flying. I put a 360 fly on the bottom and a 360 fly on the top, and I was like, I'm gonna make a 3D, 360 drone out of those two cameras. And that thing could barely get off the ground. I probably added 10 pounds to that drone, just glass alone. Nacho Rollings likes me. Here. Midwest Drones thinks I'm great. Well, I like where this is going, guys. Let's keep talking about how awesome I am. So Nacho Rolling likes the GoPro Hero 7 but loves the Osmo Pocket. So we got a Osmo Pocket lover in the house. My Dodge creates this error. I don't understand what that means. Maybe I'm too far along. Have you guys updated the Osmo to the latest software? I did today. Well, the video I did in the mall a couple days ago, that's when I did it. But I didn't do it when I made that video. I did it after, because I didn't want to just sit in I didn't want to drive all the way to the mall and then just update my firmware and have to go back to work. So, Cristobal's in Laverne, Tennessee. What's up? Nacho Rolling. I take off anyway and hovered around. Oh, so your Dodge creates the error because the magnetic thing. Got it. I'm all caught up with you, Nacho. Gotcha. Yeah. The different drones that I have, I'm kind of I don't know how Unique handles electromagnetic. I've flown enough DJI drones to know that they can correct themselves, but I don't know since the Unique drone is for more commercial type construction things. I mean, construction, they should be able to fly around a big metal building, but I don't know how to say that. DM Keel project. Is it normal for the Osmo Pocket to heat up? It is normal for any small camera to heat up. Especially, like, it takes a lot of processing power to render 4K video. And since those cameras are running off battery, it takes more heat. I mean, it takes more energy to run it off of a battery, because it has to work harder because it's only running off battery power. That's why you've got, like, a lot of my drones will have, like, the blades will be fans blowing into the battery and all that kind of stuff. And that's why I'm scared of tiny cameras that do a lot, because they will overheat. Panasonic has done a good job of making cameras that don't overheat. Sony from what I understand, is still bad at it. I haven't had much problem with my Canon cameras, but I know some of the older photography cameras, the DSLRs, they would cap it at like 30 minutes, and I'm pretty sure it had to do with overheating issues. But the Osmo Pocket will get hot in my hand after a couple minutes. Um, so yeah, I think it's normal. Um, and you'll notice that the Osmo Pocket will start screwing up after it heats up. So I did a video that was maybe 8 minutes long, and after about 8 minutes, all of a sudden it would like just start looking over there and then look over there, and so usually when your camera starts freaking out is when it's hot. It's winter, so maybe that's why everybody releases things in winter, so that they won't realize it overheats until they've already sold all the copies they needed to. But so Cristobal's in Laverne, Tennessee. That's awesome. Hey, question. I want to buy the drone DJI Mavic Air. Is it good? Yes. The DJI Mavic Air is an amazing drone. Shoots 4K, flies for about 20 minutes, folds up to. It's just a tiny little drone, and it's beautiful. Like, I sprung for the Fire Engine Red. This is Lava Red, I think the color's called. It is just it's an awesome drone. I started my YouTube channel out with the DJI Mavic Pro, and then I got the Spark, and I sold the Mavic Pro and the Spark to get the Mavic Air. And I got it decked out. I got the Care on it, and I got the Fly More package, because in my opinion, that is the perfect drone. You know, the Spark was tiny, the Mavic was small, but not as tiny, and then that drone is the perfect size for me and just does everything it needs to, except point up, which the Paranophy can do. High res, high frame rate will cause it to heat up faster. So Nacho's talking about the heating issue in the Osmo Pocket. High frame rate and yeah, so high res and high frame rate, it means the processor's processing more. And I just bought a PC desktop that has huge fans in it because the graphics card is processing so much. Like the video, it's processing on the fly, 60 frames per second, 4K video, high bit rates, and all of that makes things hot. I'm going to butcher your guys' names. I'm so sorry. Abhishek Divakar. Hi, is it necessary or mandatory to have ND filters for the Osmo Pocket? I don't think ND filters are mandatory for anything. ND filters are what ND filters do is they're like sunglasses. So if it's easier to go from indoor to outdoor with sunglasses on because your eyes don't have to adjust as much. Okay, so when you wear sunglasses, your eyes don't have to work as much to translate the information. So what that allows your cameras to do is, your cameras, all they do is let light in. It's a hole that lets light in, and then the sensor takes that light and translates it into something. Okay, this is camera 101 back in the day. The bigger the hole, the more the light comes in. Okay, the faster the hole, the less light comes in. But so there's always been kind of a mixture of how fast the lens is and how open the hole is. Okay, so all of that translates to a good image. Okay, So if you want your lens to be open longer, so if your hole is bigger, then your lens can be faster, okay, and get the same amount of information. Wow, this just got real technical and I'm starting to hurt my head. What ND filters do is they allow the hole to get bigger, so your shutter is opened more for a longer period of time before it has to close to get the type of image that you want. So what happens is people will put ND filters on to change the depth of field. It'll actually make your images focus in the front and blurrier in the background. With the DJI Osmo Pocket, the only benefit that I've really seen to that is doing the time lapse. You can get some motion blur on your time lapses because you can leave the shutter open longer, so it doesn't have to be as fast. I hope that makes sense. I could talk for hours about shutter speed and ND filters and what the science is behind them. But basically, ND filters lets your shutter be open longer. Mavic Air is a good drone. It's noisy. I like the Autel Evo much better. Yeah, I really want to get my hands on an Autel Evo. I really want to try it out. That was one thing that I noticed in my test today, was the Paradinafi makes hardly any noise, and the DJI Mavic Air is almost annoying. It's like I almost said a herd of bees. That's not a thing, but it's loud. The DJI Mavic Air is loud, but that thing is zippy. It's fast. I was able to put it where I needed to go in like seconds. It was awesome. Nacho, the ND filters are a great plus. ND filters help you get the shutter speeds. They give you the cinematic blur you want. The Osmo has a fixed f-stop, so ND filters help compensate for this. Oh, that's a great point, Nacho. It does have a fixed f-stop. Why does it have a fixed f-stop, but not a... You can't fix the focal length? It drives me nuts. I'm going to stop complaining because hopefully the firmware fixed everything. So I'm curious, Cristobal, if you're in Laverne, Tennessee, how did you find me? Did you look up Nashville on YouTube or anything like that? Or I got recognized the other day at work. There's a guy that works on the same floor as me, and he came up to me and he said, "Are you on YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "I saw a video of yours." And I said, "Let me guess. Putting an Echo Dot in your car." And he was like, "Yeah, that was it." It is so crazy to me that the Echo Dot in your car is the #1 video on YouTube. And people still ask me about it. They're like, "Why don't you update the video?" I'm like, "That's it. That video is the only thing making me any money." So it's kind of funny. DM Keel. When you're using D-filter, you should use manual mode, right? If on auto, it will just adjust again, right? So DM Keel, that's not true. So when you use ND filters, I mean, manual mode definitely helps if you want to get a specific look. But what ND filters do is they actually increase the capability of your camera. So your camera can allow more light in. Well, your camera can handle more light. So whereas your auto camera. So a good example today was I did a 360 sphere with one of my drones today, and it was when it was pointing at the sky. I had everything in auto, and when it's pointing at the sky, um, the settings are completely different than when it was looking at the ground, because the ground had, the ground was dark, the sky was light. And if you just think about your eyes and wearing sunglasses, so the solar eclipse happened last year, and we all put shades on that were super dark. We couldn't even see anything, but we could see the sun. Okay. If we would have normally looked at the sun, it would be too bright for our eyes to handle, and our eyes are on auto mode. Okay. Same thing with ND filters. You put some sunglasses on, you put some welding glasses, which are really dark, and then you put some solar eclipse glasses on your eyes. All of a sudden, your eyes can see things that they normally couldn't. So even though your camera would have a hard time rendering a bright situation, it won't work as hard if you put ND filters on. And because the f-stop and the shutter speed and all that stuff is at a different setting, you get more of a blur, cinematic, depth of field type look. Yep, Nacho said it better than me. Normally you adjust the light by a balance of f-stop and shutter speed. So shutter speed is like when the shutter, like how fast the shutter snaps, and then f-stop is how big the hole is. Okay. ND filter lets you control how much light goes in, so you get different shutter speeds. Perfect. Eloquently put. So it's 7:45, and I'm going to turn this live stream off in 10 minutes. I'm so excited that we had a turnout tonight. I didn't think tonight was going to go very well, because I think by the time I got home, 3 people watched the announcement that we were going to have a live stream tonight. So I'm super excited that we've had a live chat all night. I have not stopped talking. You guys have not stopped chatting, and it's been awesome. One thing I wanted to ask you guys, what did you guys think about my $20 Tuesday video that I put out today? I think I've got enough tiny little photography gadgets that I can handle $20 Tuesdays for a while. You know what, Nacho? You don't have to go back to work. You can just rewind and watch it again, or just go start, pull up one of my playlists and give me a bunch of views. You can do it. You should go way back. You should watch one of my, go to my channel and go to my videos, and then switch it so it goes like oldest first, and you should check out some of my first videos. They're interesting. It's funny to go back and watch some of my older videos and see how I talk is different. Like I used to sign off with blessings, and then it's just weird. Anyway. Oh yeah, watch the Echo Dot video. You'll get a lot more entertainment by reading the comments on that video. I feel like I do something stupid, I get a lot of exposure. Like, I dropped my Insta360 not the X, but the 1. I dropped it from 100 feet off of my Phantom 4 into the ground from 100 feet, and it went it dug a hole like a bomb, and then I dug it out, and then I get recognition on 360 Rumors website. like, like I put out maybe there's probably 100 videos on my channel that have something to do with 360-degree video, and that is what gets me on 360 Rumors. I do something stupid, or like the video where the butterfly lands on my nose. That got more likes and comments. That's my number 2 video, is a butterfly landing on my nose. It's not like anything knowledgeable or educational that I put out. It's when I do something stupid. So that video with the Echo Dot is everybody saying that I'm distracted driving when I'm going like 10 miles an hour in traffic, and I'm not even looking at the camera. And the whole video is about how you can drive hands-free and talk to Alexa. But anyway, so Nacho's first videos had views. Midwest Drones. I like the $20 Tuesdays. I don't have an Osmo though. Sorry. Maybe hopefully next week's $20 Tuesdays will have something that you're interested in. The only reason I've been doing DJI Osmo videos so much is because it's getting me a lot of views right now. I'm going to do other videos mixed in, but the DJI Osmo Pocket seems to be the hot topic right now. So strategically, I'm trying to grow my channel, and that's the investment that I made at the beginning of this year to grow my channel. But I'm also comparing it to other things that you guys might have, and I'm sticking it on drones, and I'm trying to kind of mix my audience a little bit. DM Keel, happy to know that the heating issue is normal, and I got the sense, especially for the Eclipse. Okay, sweet. Nacho Rolling, yeah, normally see the difference for shutter speeds, especially on manual. When I checked on reviews, I hardly noticed it. Yeah. Pro mode is definitely going to help with your ND filters. You're going to see a difference. ND filters, for the most part, your camera's going to compensate, but you'll notice it in the depth of field. You'll notice it in the dynamic range and stuff like that. Just bought a new Ford Flex today. It has Alexa built in. Ah, well, that's awesome. I want a Ford Flex. Man, so I don't know if you guys know this about me. One of my previous jobs was I built websites for auto dealerships. This company called Dealer Skins. And I would build like 2 websites a day. It was like a factory. But we would use Macromedia Flash back then, and then it turned into Adobe Flash. But I would bring cars in, and then like I'd animate the wheels, and I'd bring the car in, and then it'd kind of do like a little summertime, like it would just kind of bounce, and then the lights would flash or whatever. And I did the Ford Flex a long time ago, like 2008. And I fell in love with that car, and I'm jealous that you have a Ford Flex. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, yeah, the video of me. Well, Brent Newman showed up. What's up, Brent? I'm just about to close this thing off. Yeah, we're talking about the video of the butterflies, Brent. The one that you subscribed to me on. We're talking about how people would rather see stuff like that happen on my channel than listen to me talk about something important. Nacho says you're not missing much with the Osmo. I have to agree with that. It's an okay camera. It's very consumer. It's not even close to pro. I would love to say that it meets every one of my needs, but it'll just turn into a B-roll camera for me once people stop watching videos about it. You know, when I first started watching, oh, Bill Crawford, what's up, man? When I first started watching your channel, I thought you were Jack Black. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Do you want me to do something crazy? I can't even think of anything Jack Black does. Um, I don't know. I'll come up with some kind of Jack Black thing for you next. So I've gotten Jack Black. I also got Dom DeLuise. Go look him up. I used to watch Dom DeLuise all the time when I was a kid. I didn't know I was going to end up looking like him. And I also get Brad Pitt. A lot of people get me confused with Brad Pitt. Those are the three people that people say I look like. Lock the ISO, then you'll see the difference in the ND filters. Yep. Oh, look at you guys. You guys are talking to yourself. I don't even have to do anything. Sweet. Nacho Libre. Ah! When Nacho Libre was being filmed, that was the first podcast that I ever watched in my life. There was, Jack Black would do a podcast when he was filming Nacho Libre, and that was the first. I would watch that podcast every day. I think it was the first video podcast. It might not. I think the first podcast I ever listened to had to do with the Heroes TV show. Just look, sound like it. Yep. So we are going to close this thing up. I'm so excited that you guys came to hang out. And you guys might be able to still chat while after I leave. But I have got to go pick my son up. Yeah, I could sing like Jack Black if I wanted to. I'd have to like watch something and then mock it. But yeah, if you guys would go, we've all got channels in here. Maybe some of us might just be watchers, but if you guys go to each other's channels in the chat and support each other, I'd really appreciate it. A lot of people gave me support in the last year when I was starting out, and I think it's important, especially for small YouTubers. The only way that we're going to get traction in this YouTube game is if people see that we're supporting each other. So like, subscribe to each other, click on the bells, and yeah, I'm going to sign out, guys. Next Wednesday, hopefully it'll be back on Wednesday next week. But we had a pretty good chat on a Tuesday, so I'm excited. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Look forward to future videos on Shawn Ide Studios, and yeah, I'll check you on the next video, guys. Peace out.